It is an honor to be with you today, asking for your confidence, especially here in AFET, in Foreign Affairs Committee, where I was fortunate enough to be one of the vice chairs. Those of you who know me know my firm belief and commitment to the European project. In many ways, this European project has been the defining work of my life and career. I have seen firsthand how Europe can transform the destiny of a country, especially a country like mine that had been through so much devastation in the past, and it is now building a European democratic future for all generations to come. This is why I am dedicated to building a stronger Europe. And I have been honored to do this from all sides, being the mayor of Dubrovnik for 2 terms, serving in the Council of Europe for 10 years, working on Croatia's succession, serving in this very house as a member of parliament and as vice president of the Commission for the last 5 years. Today, I hope I will earn your trust to continue to serve Europe as Commissioner for the Mediterranean, the task President von der Leyen had entrusted with me. I'm conscious of the great responsibility that comes with this role. It reflects the immense significance the region holds for our collective future. The Mediterranean has always had a special place in the heart and history of Europeans, connecting Europe to Africa, the Middle East, and the rest of the world. 1 sea, 3 continents. But the region now stands at a critical crossroads, enduring conflicts and political instability that threaten peace and security. Climate change is transforming ecosystems and economies. Demographic pressures are intensifying, and economic growth is elusive and fragile. On all sides of this great sea, there is a deep desire for peace, prosperity, and for greater cooperation. And we are not starting from the scratch. Soon, we will mark the 30th anniversary of the Barcelona Declaration, which laid the groundwork for a political partnership between people on both shores of the Mediterranean. But we need to go much further. Our neighbors are looking for economic opportunities, access to clean technologies, and particularly for the investments they need. They want to develop local industries and create jobs for their own growing population, particularly the young people. In this quest, they need reliable partners. And Europe must make clear that it is their first partner of choice. The Mediterranean is significant for Europe for several reasons. First, it is a cultural bridge with shared histories, languages, and traditions that shape European identity. Second, it is historically a strategic trade route linking Europe to North Africa and the Middle East. The Suez Canal and the Strait of Gibraltar are key maritime passages crucial for global trade and for our access to Indo-Pacific. Third, geopolitical influence. Stability and security in the region is essential for Europe. We cannot ignore the growing influence of Russia and China in North and Sub-Saharan Africa. Fourth, clean energy. The southern neighborhood has a great potential for clean energy production and also for collaboration, which is mutually beneficial. Fifth, the protection of the environment and biodiversity. And sixth, managing migration. We need to invest in neighboring countries to provide greater opportunities in terms of education and jobs. We need to prevent that young people put their lives in the hands of smugglers, risking even their own life. We need to build stronger partnerships with our neighbors in the region to pursue together the prosperity, peace, and security that we all yearn for. If confirmed, I will work towards this every single day. I will work hand in hand with all members of the College, in particular the High Representative, Vice President, and the Commissioner for International Partnerships, to ensure that we leverage the full set of European policies at our disposal, taking a holistic approach. I will also work with member states and stand ready to closely collaborate with the European Parliament, in particular with Foreign Affairs Committee, AFET, to ensure the work of parliaments and to ensure the Parliament's views are reflected in our work. And I know how important this is. I was together, some of you may remember, with some of you on the mission to Morocco some years ago, when we already started an exchange and partnership. This is exactly why I will be available to update you on developments and will always be at your disposal to answer any questions. Honorable members, allow me now to touch on a few main priorities. The first is delivering the new pact for the Mediterranean. It will be developed together with our partners in the southern neighborhood to achieve our common aspirations and priorities. The new pact will build comprehensive partnerships in key areas to deliver investments, economic growth and jobs, renewable energy, clean technology, talent mobility, digital connectivity, and the blue economy. We will launch concrete regional investment initiatives. These will be partnerships or equals, delivering sustainable economic benefits for today and for tomorrow. For example, I will strive to make it a priority to invest in the education of girls and the economic potential of women entrepreneurs in the region. And I plan to ensure that these partnerships help promote much-needed macroeconomic and sectoral reforms, as well as new investment opportunities for European companies. In this way, the pact should be a key part of Europe's competitiveness agenda and bring the life to the Draghi report. I will endeavor to propose a trans-Mediterranean energy and clean tech cooperation initiative. This should create jobs, growth and investment in clean tech and help boost our energy security and the decarbonization of economies. On this, I intend to cooperate with the Commissioner for Energy and Housing. Of course, many of you are concerned about migration, which will be another important element of these partnerships. I aim to support our partners in developing a comprehensive approach which includes safe and legal pathways, fighting migrant smuggling and preventing loss of life at sea, strengthening migration and border management, and increasing safe, dignified, and voluntary return. I intend to work closely with the Commissioner for Internal Affairs and Migration, as well as this House, to ensure that the external dimension of our migration policy is fully implemented. Honorable members, allow me to say a few words on the Middle East. Just over a year ago, the world witnessed horrifying images of unspeakable and unjustifiable violence. There can be no justification for Hamas acts of terror against Israel. Since then, those atrocities have brought immense suffering not only to the people of Israel, but also upon innocent Palestinian civilians. I believe that the European Union should be a leader in creating the conditions for sustainable peace and stability in the region. If confirmed, I will work closely with the High Representative Vice President in developing a new European Middle East strategy. We have different tasks and responsibilities, but we will always speak with one voice. And I want to be crystal clear. The tragic loss of life in Gaza, Lebanon, and beyond must end, and it must end immediately. This means an immediate ceasefire in Gaza, the release of all hostages, and increasing the flow of assistance to Gaza to address the catastrophic humanitarian situation there. But we also need to look further ahead. We need to look at day after. Our goal continues to be a two-state solution with an Israel and Palestinian state living side by side in peace and security. And I'm committed to working on a multi-year support program for the Palestinian Authority, which should support necessary reforms, to ensuring the EU Middle East strategy caters for the security of Israeli and Palestinian citizens, contributing to bringing peace to Lebanon, and helping all children across the Middle East have a safe future. Dear colleagues, now I will have a moment to say a few words on children. You know that I have been working on demography, and the children is part of this portfolio. And I was honored to have 3 bilateral meetings with Pope Francis this year. The reason why he wanted to talk to me was exactly because of children and because of their destiny. On one of these occasions, he told me, I will quote, "I cannot stand the sorrow of the eyes of Israeli and Palestinian children, but also Ukrainian. It is the same." Dear colleagues, I believe that we all share this sentiment. Honorable members, I am fully committed to working with all countries in the region to achieve our goals. The commitment also applies to our closer cooperation with Gulf countries. I will support the High Representative in the implementation of the Gulf strategy. We all strengthen both regional and bilateral cooperation. We will work on concluding strategic partnership agreements with each of the 6 Gulf countries. They should be based on mutual interest in high-growth sectors such as green energy and clean tech. Dear members, let me now say a few words on demography, a topic close to my heart. As I have emphasized many times, the fact that we live longer, healthier lives is a remarkable achievement. It is a testament to the social and economic progress Europe has achieved over the past decades. As demography impacts virtually all European policy areas, including our competitiveness agenda and the green and digital transition, I will continue to mainstream it across all relevant initiatives. We are speaking about very sharp decline of the working age population with the loss of 27 million people by 2050. Clearly, demographic change requires measures to increase productivity in order to maintain our competitiveness. And Europe is not the only one experiencing demographic change. All continents are concerned, but in different ways. When it comes to world economies, all are trying to find ways to manage and capitalize on their demographic change. For example, China, by increasing the employment of older workers. Japan or Korea, by investing in digitalization and robotics. And the United States and Canada, by attracting talent. We need to make sure that we keep our competitive edge and that we put in place policies to mitigate demographic change. And now, dear colleagues, to conclude, as Vice President for Demography and Democracy, I have always ensured that our democratic and fundamental freedoms are at the heart of my work. This will continue to be the case for the next 5 years. It is my strong belief that Europe's engagement in the Mediterranean can only reach its full potential if accompanied by commitment to reform, to good governance, and to respect of the rule of law. Respect for human rights, democracy, and fundamental freedoms will be the basis for our strategic agenda in the region and for all my work. The European Union will continue to be a strong supporter of civil society organizations across the region, and I will make sure that European money is invested with our interests and our principles in mind. This is the only way to build shared prosperity for all in our region and to stay true to our founding values. Dear friends, dear colleagues, I truly believe that building shared prosperity, security, and stability with our partners and neighbors is one of the most important tasks for Europe in the years ahead. I look forward to leading it with your trust and cooperation. And now I stand ready to answer your questions. Thank you.